The research vessel Aegis cut through the restless waves of the Pacific Ocean like a silver arrow. Above them, the sky was painted with streaks of orange and pink as the sun began to set. Deep below, the Mariana Abyss waited in silence. A vast and endless darkness that had captured humanity's imagination for centuries. Commander Elena Voss stood at the edge of the deck, her hair whipping in the wind, staring at the horizon. "This is it," she said quietly to herself. "The place where the ocean hides its secrets." The mission was simple in words, but impossible in reality. Humanity had mapped most of the ocean's surface, but the deepest trenches remained largely unexplored. Sonar had detected anomalies scattered across the abyss. Strange shapes, shipwrecks, unlike any known in history, rested on the ocean floor, their forms half buried in layers of mud and coral. Elena was not new to danger. She had led dozens of expeditions, from the Arctic ice fields to the molten vents of the Indian Ocean. Yet something about this mission felt different. Something was watching from below, inside the vessel's control room. The hum of machinery mixed with the low murmur of conversation. Lieutenant Mara Singh adjusted the sonar readings, eyes scanning the flickering screen. "Commander, the anomalies are clustered closer than expected. 3 major wrecks, within a 10-kilometer radius. Depth readings suggest a range from 6 to 11 kilometers down." Lena nodded, her mind racing. "Prepare the submersibles. I want detailed scans before we send divers." The submersibles were marvels of human engineering. Small, but strong, they could withstand pressures that would crush normal steel like paper. Each craft was equipped with high-definition cameras, robotic arms, an experimental sonar capable of seeing through solid rock and metal. The crew consisted of 12 specialists. Dr. Liam Harris, a historian, was fascinated by ancient civilizations and their lost technology. Engineer Tessa Romero had a knack for making impossible repairs under pressure. Biologist Dr. Kenji Saito studied deep-sea creatures, and every member brought a skill necessary for survival in the abyss. As night fell, the first submersible Nereid was lowered into the dark waters. Elena, Mara, and Liam sat inside, the hull groaning softly under the ocean's pressure. "Welcome to the edge of human reach," Lena said, her voice steady but filled with excitement. The descent was slow. The ocean above them faded from navy blue to black. Tiny creatures, glowing faintly in the dark, drifted past the submersible like stars in space. Liam pressed his hand against the glass, eyes wide. "It's like descending into another world." Hours passed. The depth meter ticked downward. 7 kilometers. 8. The hull creaked. Outside, the water was empty, silent. And then, faintly, shadows appeared. Shapes that resembled human-made structures half covered in coral and silt. Elena leaned forward. "That's our first wreck. Scan everything." The sonar pinged and returned strange readings. The wreck was enormous, far larger than any ship known from history. Its design was unfamiliar, angular yet smooth, and some parts seemed to shimmer faintly, almost as if they were alive. "What? What is that?" Liam whispered. Elena shook her head. "I don't know, but it's old. It's very old. Older than anything recorded." They sent out robotic arms to touch the surface. Sensors detected unusual metals, unknown alloys that were strong but light. Every instrument seemed to react to the material differently, as if it were something beyond human science. Suddenly, the submersible shuddered. A low hum filled the cabin, vibrating through the hull. Lights flickered, energy readings off the charts. Mara shouted, scanning the instruments. "Something inside the wreck. It's active." Elena frowned. "Active? How can a shipwreck be active after thousands of years?" Liam's voice trembled. "Commander, I think it's not a ship." "Not really. This is something else." The submersible hovered above the wreck. Faint symbols carved into the hull glowed softly in the submersible's lights. They were unlike any writing Liam had ever seen. Lines intersected in complex patterns, forming shapes that seemed to move if observed too long. Elena took a deep breath. "We need to document everything. Carefully. No sudden moves. Hours turned into an eerie stillness as the crew explored the wreck. Every corner seemed alive with history, energy, and mystery. Strange currents swirled around them, and tiny glowing creatures appeared in patterns that seemed almost deliberate, as if guiding the submersible along a hidden path. Then, they found it a compartment sealed by a massive metallic door. Symbols covered it entirely, pulsating softly in rhythm with the vibrations of the ocean. Dr. Harris leaned closer. "Commander, this could be a vault, a repository of knowledge. Something the original builders wanted to protect at all costs." Alina nodded, tension tightening her chest. "We will not open it. Not yet. We need a plan. This could change everything humanity knows about itself." The return to the Aegis was tense. The submersible ascended slowly, shadows of giant squid and other creatures gliding past them. Every member of the crew was silent, each lost in thought. What they had seen was more than just wreckage. It was proof that humanity was not alone in history. That Earth had been touched by civilizations far beyond current understanding, back on the Aegis. The crew gathered around the main screens. The wreck's images were projected in holographic form, and every detail was magnified. The team debated, analyzed, and speculated. "This could be the discovery of the millennium," Liam said, his voice shaking. "If these ships are remnants of an ancient global network, it means our history books are wrong. We are only seeing a fraction of what truly happened." Alina listened, her eyes scanning the readings again. She felt a thrill of excitement, but also a deep sense of caution. "We proceed carefully. This abyss holds power and knowledge that could be dangerous in the wrong hands." That night, sleep was uneasy. Every member of the crew dreamt of deep blue darkness, glowing symbols, and structures that defied imagination. The abyss was not empty. It was alive with memories, energy, and secrets waiting to be discovered. By dawn, Lena was already on the deck again, staring at the horizon. The ocean looked calm, but she knew better. The abyss below was a living puzzle. Humanity had just begun to scratch its surface. "This is only the beginning," she whispered. "The deep blue holds stories older than we can imagine, and we are going to find them." The sun had barely risen over the horizon when the Aegis crew gathered in the control room. The excitement from the first day's discoveries had not faded. If anything, it had grown stronger. Alina stood at the center, staring at the holographic projection of the enormous wreck they had found. Its strange glow pulsed faintly even on the screen, as if alive. "This is no ordinary ship," Alina said, voice calm but firm. "We need to understand what we are dealing with before we take the next step." Dr. Liam Harris leaned over the projection, tracing his fingers along the glowing lines. "These symbols are not from any known human civilization. They almost seem alive, like they are trying to communicate." Mara Singh, adjusting the submersible's sensors, added, "And the energy readings haven't dropped. Whatever's in that wreck, it's still active." "I've never seen anything like this," Lena nodded. "Prepare the submersibles." We go back down, slowly, carefully. We are not just exploring wrecks. We are stepping into history no one has seen before, and we must respect it. By mid-morning, Nereid and a second submersible, Orpheus, were lowered into the water. The abyss swallowed them instantly, darkness stretching endlessly in every direction. Outside the reinforced glass, small, glowing creatures drifted, their lights reflecting like tiny stars. Depth approaching 8 kilometers, Mara's voice came through the comms. Sensors detecting massive structural formations ahead. Elena's eyes narrowed. "Keep scanning. I want to know what we are entering." As they approached the main wreck, the metallic structure grew larger, its sheer size difficult to comprehend. The submersible's lights revealed sharp angles, smooth curves, and walls covered in intricate carvings. Some parts emitted a faint blue glow, illuminating the darkness around them. "Commander, this is incredible," Liam whispered. "It's like the ship is telling a story." Lena didn't respond. Her attention was on the readings. Strange energy pulses radiated from the wreck, interacting with the submersible's instruments in ways she had never seen. Temperature fluctuated slightly, and weak electrical currents seemed to move along the hull, as if the structure were breathing. The crew carefully maneuvered closer. Robotic arms reached out to touch the walls, sending signals back to the sensors. The metals were unfamiliar. Lighter than anything human technology could produce, yet incredibly strong. Then, the submersible's cameras picked up movement shadows moving across the walls. Almost like images, yet not entirely real. Faint shapes resembling people or creatures flickered across the surface. Vanishing as soon as they were observed directly, Liam's voice shook. "Do you see that? It's showing us something," Lena frowned. "Focus on the mission. Document everything. But don't interact yet. Let's see what this wreck wants to show." Hours passed as the submersibles explored different sections of the wreck. Each hallway, each chamber revealed more mysteries. Holographic images appeared in some rooms floating. Transparent scenes depicting humans and unknown beings working together, constructing massive structures and navigating strange machines. The images were old, yet vivid, as if frozen in time. Dr. Kenji Saito, observing from the Aegis, gasped when a new reading appeared. "Commander, life forms. Not just the glowing creatures. Something else is moving. Intelligent? Maybe. I'm not sure what it is, but it's huge." Elena's heart skipped a beat. "Stay calm. Whatever it is, it doesn't seem aggressive yet. Keep recording." They moved further inside. They found the massive sealed door from the previous day. This time it was glowing brighter. Symbols etched across it pulsed in a pattern that seemed almost like a heartbeat. Liam studied them closely. These patterns, they are a form of language. But not letters or words, more like instructions or memories. "I think this door is telling a story, warning, and invitation all at once." Lena examined the readings. "If this is a vault, it is designed to protect something extremely important. We proceed, but with extreme caution." They sent small probes through a narrow gap in the door. As the probes passed, images appeared on the screen's fields of energy, landscapes of alien architecture, and machines that defied gravity. It was as if the vault contained knowledge of civilizations far older and more advanced than humanity. Suddenly, the submersible shuddered violently. The lights flickered. A low hum filled the cabin, vibrating through the hole. Mara's voice was tense. "Energy spike. Something is responding. Reacting to us?" Elena gripped the controls tightly. "Steady. We are not attacking. Just observing." The vibrations subsided slowly. On the screens, a new image appeared, a scene of humans standing with unknown beings, sharing tools, maps, and symbols. It was a collaboration, a connection that had existed long before recorded history, Dr. Harris whispered, awestruck. This changes everything. Humans were never alone. We were part of something much bigger, something forgotten. Lena studied the data. And it seems the original builders wanted to leave a message for those who could reach this place. That is us. The team spent hours documenting, scanning, and analyzing. The wreck revealed advanced technologies, methods of energy generation, construction, and medicine far beyond anything humanity had developed. But there were warnings too. Holographic images of disasters, failing cities, and natural catastrophes that could wipe out civilizations. Alina realized the significance. This is not just history. This is a guide. A warning. The builders wanted future generations to learn from their successes and mistakes. As the submersibles prepared to ascend, Mara detected unusual movement. "Commander, currents are changing. Something is moving through the wreck. Toward us." Elena tightened her seatbelts. Outside, enormous shadows passed across the submersible's lights. Massive creatures, larger than any known sea animal, glided silently. They seemed curious, not aggressive, observing the intruders as if judging them. "Stay calm," Elena said. "Do not provoke them. Keep your focus on returning safely." Submersibles navigated carefully, avoiding direct contact. Every second was tense, every shadow a possible threat. Yet, despite the danger, there was awe. Humanity had touched a piece of history so immense, so profound, that it almost overwhelmed reason. Back on the Aegis, the crew reviewed the data. "Commander," Liam said, "we have enough evidence to rewrite human history, but we need to protect it. This knowledge, it's too powerful to fall into the wrong hands." Lena nodded. "Agreed. We take what is necessary, study it, and leave the rest. Some secrets are meant to remain hidden until humanity is ready." That evening, as the Aegis floated on the calm sea, the crew gathered on deck. The stars reflected in the water, and the abyss below remained silent and vast. Alina spoke softly, almost to herself. "We have glimpsed the past, and perhaps the future. The deep blue holds stories older than we can imagine. But with courage, intelligence, and care, we can honor them. Humanity has the chance to rise, to learn, to protect what others forgot." The crew shared quiet looks. Each knew that the abyss had changed them. They had seen wonders and dangers beyond imagination. They had touched a history hidden in the deep, and now it was their responsibility to carry that knowledge forward. In the darkness of the deep, glowing lights flickered on the surface of the wreck. Like silent watchers, the ancient builders observed. And though they had long passed, their message was clear. Humanity had been chosen to learn, to adapt, and to grow, and humanity would rise to the challenge. The Aegis rocked gently on the surface, but deep below, the abyss was alive with energy. Commander Elena Voss stared at the holographic displays, her mind racing. The first two expeditions had revealed unimaginable wonders, yet the final section of the wreck remained sealed. It was the heart of the structure of the vault that could hold the knowledge of civilizations long forgotten. "This is it," Lena said to her team. "The final dive. Everything we've seen has led us here. We must be careful, precise, and respectful. Remember, we are guests in this place." The submersibles, Nereid and Orpheus, were prepared for the descent. Every instrument was checked, every cable double-checked. Engineer Tessa Romero ran simulations on the controls. All systems nominal, pressure shields at maximum. "We can reach the vault safely if we move slowly." Dr. Liam Harris, holding a notebook filled with sketches of symbols, said, "The patterns on the door suggest a puzzle, not a lock. It's designed to be solved, not broken. If we rush, we could damage everything inside." Lena nodded. "Then we proceed carefully. Team, follow my lead. Humanity depends on our courage and judgment today." The submersibles descended into the deep blue, where sunlight could no longer reach. The ocean was black, broken only by the submersible lights and the faint bioluminescent glow of creatures drifting past as they approached the vault. The hum of energy grew louder. The walls of the wreck seemed to respond, vibrating gently, pulsing with blue light. The symbols on the massive metallic door shifted and shimmered. It was as if the structure were alive, testing them. Alina leaned forward. "Remember, observe before touching. Let the patterns guide us." Liam studied the symbols, tracing them in the air. Slowly, carefully, he matched the glowing patterns with movements on the submersible controls. One by one, the symbols aligned. The door responded, opening slightly with a low, resonant hum. The crew held their breath as a narrow passage revealed itself. Inside, faint light illuminated a chamber unlike anything they had ever seen. Towering structures rose from the floor, smooth and polished, radiating a calm, steady glow. Holographic projections floated above platforms, showing images of cities, starships, and landscapes that defied gravity. "It's a library. A knowledge vault," Liam whispered. "Every civilization that touched Earth may have contributed. Look at these records." Elena's eyes scanned the chamber. "This is more than history. This is a guide. Energy systems, medicine, navigation, sustainable technology. This is a roadmap for humanity's future."
Oh.
Suddenly, the submersible shuddered violently. Alarms blared as currents surged through the chamber. Massive walls shifted, closing sections and opening new paths. It was as if the vault was alive, testing them. "Pressure spikes," Mara shouted. "The currents are too strong to hold the submersibles in place. We need to move now." Alina's voice was steady. "Team, focus. Follow the path of light. Let the vault guide us." We only take what we can safely retrieve. The submersibles glided along glowing markers embedded in the floor. Enormous shadows moved in the periphery, massive sea creatures, curious and watchful. They did not attack. They seemed to understand that the intruders meant no harm at the center of the vault. The crew found a crystalline pedestal bathed in a soft blue glow. Holographic symbols hovered above it, changing constantly. Liam approached the pedestal carefully, scanning and recording every detail. "This is the core," he said. "The most important knowledge. It's a repository of energy techniques, medical breakthroughs, and even guidance for navigating beyond Earth." Lena nodded. "We take what is essential. We cannot remove the whole vault. It must remain protected. Humanity is not ready for all of this yet." They used robotic arms to carefully extract data cores, small crystalline objects storing the holographic knowledge. Every movement was deliberate, slow, and precise. Each core was carefully secured in the submersible's storage. As they completed the extraction, the vault seemed to respond. The walls pulsed with light, and the hum grew louder, as if acknowledging their respect and careful handling. But the journey back was not simple. The currents intensified, narrow passages shifted, and the submersibles were forced to navigate a labyrinth of tunnels. The wreck seemed determined to test their courage, skill, and teamwork. Commander sensors detect a massive energy surge ahead. Mara warned. Alina adjusted the controls, guiding both submersibles through a twisting path. "Hold steady. Trust the lights. Trust your training. Humanity depends on our calm and judgment." The submersibles moved in perfect coordination, following the pulsing patterns of light. At times, the tunnels narrowed so tightly that even a single misstep could have crushed them. Every crew member relied on human intuition, quick thinking, the advanced technology of the SUBMers. Outside, enormous creatures glided alongside them. Some illuminated the path with bioluminescence, almost guiding them. Alina felt a sense of awe. Humanity had been given a glimpse of life that existed beyond comprehension, life that was intelligent, curious, and connected to the very history they sought to uncover. Finally, after tense hours navigating the labyrinth, the submersibles reached open water. The hum of the vault faded, replaced by the silence of the deep. The glow of the wreck receded, leaving only shadows. Back on the Aegis, the crew exhaled collectively. The data cores were safely secured, and the submersibles were retrieved. No one spoke at first. Words seemed unnecessary. They had survived the abyss, retrieved knowledge older than humanity itself, and honored the intentions of civilizations long gone. Alina finally broke the silence. "We have seen what humanity can achieve when curiosity, courage, and intelligence guide us. We have touched history that was never meant to be fully known, and yet we have proven we are worthy of learning from it." Dr. Harris looked at the cores in his hands. "This is a responsibility beyond imagination. The knowledge we carry could change everything. If we use it wisely." Alina nodded. "Exactly. We are guardians now. Not just explorers. Guardians of the abyss and of the knowledge it holds. Humanity must rise to the challenge, not exploit it." The crew spent the next few days analyzing the cores. The information revealed sustainable energy systems, medical treatments capable of curing diseases that had plagued humanity for centuries, and methods of exploring the stars without destroying planets or life. The potential was staggering. Yet Alina insisted on caution. "We use only what we are ready for. We learn, we grow. We do not rush into power we cannot control." As the Aegis sailed toward the surface, the sun rose over the calm ocean. The crew gathered on deck, watching the endless waves stretch to the horizon. The abyss below remained a mystery, vast and silent, yet filled with knowledge and life. Alina spoke quietly, almost to herself. "We have glimpsed the past and the future. The deep blue holds secrets older than we can imagine. But humanity has the courage, intelligence, and spirit to rise, to learn, to protect, and to grow," Liam added softly. "And one day perhaps we will return not as intruders, but as friends and students of the abyss." The crew shared a quiet smile. They knew that their journey had changed them forever. Humanity had touched the unknown, faced dangers that tested every skill and instinct, and emerged wiser, stronger, and more united as the Aegis sailed on. The ocean waves sparkled in the morning sun, and deep below, the ancient wrecks rested silently. The glowing lights pulsed faintly, like whispers of approval, acknowledging that humanity had proven itself worthy. The abyss had shared its secrets, but only with those who respected it. Humanity had risen to the challenge, and in doing so, had taken the first step toward a future brighter than anyone had imagined. And so, the story of the Aegis, the crew, and the secrets of the deep blue abyss became a testament to the strength, courage, and ingenuity of humanity, a reminder that even in the darkest depths, humans could shine.